Nigeria, and I tell you about the things that's coming from the Nigerian government, your viewers might say, okay, well, it's not objective. So I'm going to give relevant international agencies that are not connected to Nigeria. Now, first of all, we have one arbiter that judges security in the whole world. That's the Institute for Economic and Peace, and they issue every year the Global Terror Index. Now, in 2015, according to the GTI, the Global Terror Index, 7,752 persons were killed in Nigeria. Now, last year, according to the GTI, 550 people were killed. So we've seen that we've gone from a situation whereby 7,000 people, almost 8,000 people were killed in 2015, to a situation now where less than 10% of those people have been killed. So there's improvements. Now, even one death is too much. We don't want any death. But obviously, there's security crisis, there's security issues. We didn't start this crisis. It started from the fall of Gaddafi after the United States intervened, and all of his foreign fighters came from there, and then they scattered throughout the Sahel to Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. And that's how we had these problems of terrorism. So things are getting better in Nigeria. And I mean, you can see that it's not just from the GTI. If you look at the CPI, that's the Corruption Perception Index, Nigeria has gone from 154 in 2021 to 140 today. So that means we've moved 14 places forward in the latest CPI rankings. If you look at our economy, in 2 years, Nigeria has added $67 billion to our economy. We're one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Our economy is growing at 4.23% in the last quarter. According to the IMF, Nigeria is projected to have a GDP growth rate of 3.3%. So things are getting better in Nigeria exponentially. We're not there yet. We still have a lot of work to do, but things are getting better.
Thank you so much, sir. Sudan is on the headlines. And yesterday, on Thursday, there was a special United Nations Security Council session where it was said that what's happening in Sudan is horrifying. How do you think the role of Nigeria and African nations in general should be when it comes to calming the tensions and maybe reestablishing this stability?
Typically in Africa, we leave those issues to regional bodies. So if you understand, in Nigeria, we did have some security crisis in our sub-region, which is the West African sub-region. And we have a body called ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. We formed a standing army, not a fighting army, but a peacekeeping army called ECOMOG. And that army went into Sierra Leone, brought peace there, went into Liberia, brought peace there. So what the East African bloc has to do is to learn from what we did in ECOWAS and have a regional bloc with a fighting force that can go into Sudan. Because if you see what's happening in East Africa right now, there is a lot of, challenges, because they do not have a standing army